Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing our very first ingredient spotlight. This is going to be a playlist dedicated to skincare ingredients designed in a way that is easy for you to understand so we can demystify that ingredient list on the back of that product. That way you'll become a better informed consumer, and when you turn that around and take a look at that ingredient deck, you're going to know exactly what it is you're looking at and whether or not it's going to work well on your skin or even if it's worth the money. So we're going to start off this week's with Squalane. These are going to be coming at you pretty hard and fast in the beginning here. So I really recommend that you go ahead and hit that bell icon if you haven't already. And for certain sake, if you haven't subscribed yet, I sure hope you will. Did you know that you can actually customize that bell icon? For instance, this channel covers everything that many of us really deal with on our aging journey, from thinning hair, learning how to sort of tweak our makeup as we age, skincare, and even dealing with weight gain. So if there are certain topics that you're just not interested in getting notified about, you can actually tell that bell icon to only notify me for these sorts of topics. So definitely take advantage of that. It'll pop up right when you click that bell icon. In the world of skincare ingredients, there are more than a lot to keep up with, and it can be overwhelming. Today we're talking about Squalane, and we're going to learn why I think that it's actually one you're going to want to see in your products. So it's really important that you understand the difference between squalene and squalane. That one little letter makes a big difference when it comes to efficacy and stability. So squalene with an E is naturally produced in our body, and it is in our sebaceous glands, so our oil glands. And there are three different components that make up our natural sebum. One of them is squalene, the other is triglycerides, and then wax esters. All of those things helps to keep our skin moisturized. It forms this protective barrier over our skin that's really important. And as annoying as that sebaceous oil can be, it is really important that it's there. So squalene is something that naturally declines as we age, and it happens really kind of quickly after the age of 30. So it makes sense that we're going to want to support that decline by giving it some and helping it along. So squalene in its very natural state is actually quite unstable. So for purposes of skincare cosmetics, they have to figure out how to stabilize that. And so what they do is it goes through a saturation process and turns into, or is converted to, squalane. So the E turns into an A during a process called hydrogenation. And that is when the squalene is converted to the squalane form. So if squalene were not hydrogenated to become squalene, it would not be stable at all. When exposed to air, it would oxidize and become useless. So squalene with an E can be found naturally in shark liver. And yes, that was the #1 way to obtain squalene for cosmetic use. However, obviously, for ethical reasons, thank goodness, it's very difficult to find. And here in the United States, it is pretty much obsolete as far as I know to obtain squalene in that way. So the squalane that you can see in cosmetics these days are mostly derived from plants. So you will see it from olives, rice bran, can also be derived from other plant oils such as amaranth seed oil and wheat germ, as well as sugarcane. Squalane is an oil, and it is like oilless. It doesn't feel oily. It absorbs into the skin really nicely. And even people that have oily skin or acne can generally tolerate squalane quite well. It's an emollient, and it is a wonderful addition, especially if you have dry, aging skin. I love squalane, especially if you find that you've damaged your barrier a little bit. I'm going to be talking about that in a separate video as to what you can do and the red flags that really show you your skin's trying to tell you that, hey, you need to start repairing my barrier function. Squalane is going to be one of those I'm going to be talking about in that video because it is wonderful for that. So it's great to help to repair that. It is a wonderful emollient and it helps to reduce transepidermal water loss, which is what happens when your barrier function is damaged. So it's wonderful to seal in that hydration in your cells and keep it in there. Wonderful for those with acne, psoriasis, eczema. These are the skin types that, you know, as estheticians, we really see that suffer with those damaged barriers. And that's due to a lot of times, specifically with acneic skin, is that the products that are used generally do really sort of strip the skin. And if they're using incorrect products, then it can be really bad. And somehow you have to figure out how you're going to not only hydrate, but really help to defend that barrier and keep that hydration into the cells. You know, you can't just put a really fatty, sort of occlusive moisturizer on somebody with acneic or really oily skin. It's going to just exacerbate that. So Squalane, for instance, is a wonderful alternative for those skin types. Same with psoriasis or eczema. Same kind of thing, you know, that has been damaged. The barrier function needs to heal, but in a way that it won't exacerbate what's already an issue. Myself, I have sensitive skin. My skin isn't sensitized, but if I'm not careful, it will very easily become sensitized. But being just a natural sensitive skin person, I have to be really careful about what I put on my skin. And Squalane is wonderful for sensitive skin because it really doesn't have qualities that would cause irritation and inflammation. Along the same lines with sensitive skin, you know, it really is an anti-inflammatory as well. And the other thing that's really amazing about Squalane, it's an antioxidant. So it's going to really fight off those free radicals that cause the whole aging process to begin with. I've also read studies where Squalane oil can help boost the skin circulation, which is really amazing because as we age, that sort of slows down. And without that blood circulation coming to the surface of the skin, it's not bringing the oxygen, which is really important. So Squalane oil can potentially increase that circulation, and because I think largely the molecular size and how closely it's related to a substance that's naturally in our skin assimilates it very well. It's able to absorb down into the cellular level and make changes there. And another side effect really of boosting that blood circulation there within the skin is it helps to promote collagen production, and we all want that. So to recap, Squalane is a lightweight, super hydrating skin protectant that has anti-aging benefits and also can be used by almost every single skin type out there without irritation or inflammation. It's not occlusive, so your skin's going to be able to breathe, and it provides a really lovely extra protectant sort of barrier to our skin that as we age, it exponentially just sort of declines. And that's not good because that does allow transepidermal water loss. Those cells just cannot hold on to that moisture. But, you know, you can add that to your PM ritual. And what that's going to do is it's going to really not allow that environment through air conditioning or even heaters, you know, different wood stoves in winter, spring, summer, or fall, whatever is going on, that environment, it really dehydrates your skin. So at night, it would be nice after we put on whatever it is that we do at night, that is going to seal all of that in there. So humectants that we use like hyaluronic acid, even the NMFs, those natural moisturizing factors, it's lovely to use those, but we gotta seal them in or they're just gonna either take that moisture from your dermis and really dehydrate you, or the environment is gonna just pull it on out, or it happens at the same time. So we gotta put something on top of our skin that is going to really help to keep all of that inside. And something with Squalane, or including 100% plant-derived Squalane oil, is going to really go a very long way in making that happen. So there you have it. You know a little something now about squalane and why it's important for many skin types, and specifically, it's really going to be a lovely piece, a lovely ingredient to add to our anti-aging skin rituals to promote the support of aging skin. If you're interested in watching more of these ingredient spotlights, I hope you'll consider subscribing and definitely click that bell icon so it'll notify you the minute a new video uploads. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.